Previously on My Kitchen Rules.
Good evening and welcome to Swell.
The Surfer Dads kicked off the ultimate instant restaurant round.
Our 6 meals today don't need to be good, they need to be brilliant.
They only achieved good for entree and main,
I enjoyed it, but I also think it could have been a lot better.
but delivered brilliant with dessert.
The score I'm giving you is a 10.
Then,
Do you have bone marrow? Oxtail?
Chloe and Kelly put their personality on a plate.
We're changing the world one pallet at a time.
But disaster struck in the kitchen,
Can you believe it? It's just not going crispy.
and the table was left confused.
No one looks impressed. What is this?
You need to nail not only technique, but flavour combinations as well.
A score of 59 put them at risk of elimination.
We can do this.
Tonight,
We want to show them we're women and good cooks.
Tasmanian besties Thalia and Bianca have a point to prove.
If we do bad tonight, we go home.
Will tactics at the table bring them unstuck?
Are you girls being strategic? You're the sneaky one.
Or will it be chaos in the kitchen that seals their fate?
We haven't had any cooking disasters. I don't see why they all had to happen on the most important night.
We can't bring it back. It's gone.
It is gone.
This is the best. This is the best night. This is the best. This is the best night. This is the best. And everything's alright. We live the best life. This is the best night of my life. This is the best night of my life. I'm coming home, I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming home. Let the rain wash away all the pain of yesterday.
And our mums are waiting for us, and the first thing we do is give them both a big hug. I think they're excited to see us because they've been on this journey with us, and you know they want to let us know how proud they are. Don't be silly.
Good to have you home.
Good to be home.
Yeah, I know. You'll be in your own bed tonight.
Well, I think you're going to be off into the semi-finals.
Yeah, hopefully. And then one more cook, and then it's grand final.
I know.
And then we've got $250,000 in our pockets.
I wouldn't be counting on that just yet.
We're just going to get above Chloe and Kelly tonight. You know, a piece of cake.
Oh, yes.
Today is going to be a massive day, there's no doubt about it. Every single point counts. We want to go into the finals at the top of the leaderboard. Let's go, we're going to get a move on.
All right, come on then. All right, wait.
We're on our home turf, we've seen our mums, but now it's time to get back to focus and keep moving. So with this instant restaurant, we've got double the amount of work to do, double the amount of dishes to cook, about the same amount of time. So hopefully that will trip up a lot of people, but not us. 3 courses, 6 dishes.
I can't believe the challenge we've got ahead of us. This is going to be huge.
It's definitely the biggest challenge yet, by far.
We've got the 2 youngest contestants in this competition, and reading at this menu, wow, there's a huge amount of work here.
I'm worried about this. We want people to fear us in this competition. We really feel like we've proven ourselves.
And we definitely want to be the youngest team to ever win My Kitchen Rules. All right, so we've got our plan for what we want to do in our 3 hours prep time. We've both got a lot to do.
So that's probably going to be the hardest part of the night.
Yeah, we've got to get that done, otherwise it's going to take way too long for service.
Fast place, let's go.
I think a lot of people are underestimating how ultimate this ultimate instant restaurant round is. It makes the strongest cooks crumble.
Truly, all right, let's get fruit and veg first.
Yep. Our game plan is to deliver good, flavoursome food and deliver it on time.
We need lemons in every course.
Our silver beet for our silver beet ravioli for our entree. Looks nice and fresh.
For our first entree, we're making fried silver beet ravioli with basil filling.
We're deep frying our ravioli tonight, so it's really different.
Get heaps of herbs. You know, this is a competition, you've got to elevate these kind of dishes. We need 9 bunches of basil for the basil ravioli.
I don't think I've ever had fried ravioli before, and I would wonder why you would actually fry ravioli. If you're going to change the technique of cooking ravioli and deep fry instead of poach it in water, it better be good.
For our second entree, we're making salmon rillette with olive oil crackers. I'm excited about the salmon rillette because it reminds me a little bit of the pate that we made at our first instant restaurant. Similar kind of rustic, simple food.
A rillette is like a pate but spreadable, usually on a piece of toast. Very nice.
The key to a perfect rillette is making sure that the salmon isn't overcooked. If you overcook it, it can become dry.
Okay, let's go. We've got to get the fish here.
People are going to have high expectations on us cooking seafood because we work at a fish and chip shop. This fish has to be amazing. The other contestants are going to have such high expectations on us.
We do know our seafood and it's something we're really confident with, so we are glad we've got it on our menu today.
Do you have any fresh trevally?
For our first main, we're making blue-eyed trevally with potato scales and a pea sauce.
Blue-eyed trevally with potato scales and pea sauce. The potato is sliced paper thin and cooked so it's golden on top of the fish, so it resembles fish scales. It sounds simple, but I know that potato scales are a very challenging technique to get just right.
Okay, I hope they've got duck. Quail, duck Maryland.
Perfect, yes.
For our second main, we're making Pinot braised duck with red cabbage and pear salad.
We want the Marylands from the duck because they're the most tender part, and when they're braised, they're just going to be falling off the bone and really delicious.
Okay, last stop. Hi there.
Hi.
We are marinating our duck tonight in Pinot Noir. Could you help us find some of that?
Well, that's lovely, yeah.
We don't know a lot about alcohol.
Or wine. We're not
No.
wine drinkers.
We're cheap alcohol drinkers.
Our wine comes out of a cask.
What do you know about Pinot Noir?
We know it's a red wine. That's about as far as and it tastes good with duck.
Braising duck in Pinot red wine, fantastic. This is a brilliant idea. That duck will need to be braised into that Pinot for 2 to 3 hours for the meat to fall off the bone. If not, it'll be a disaster.
Shopping is finally done. It took a lot longer than expected, but now we've got to get home, set up our dining room, and finally get in the kitchen. This round, a lot of consideration is being put on timing, so if we can nail that and get the dishes out that we are happy with, then we'll definitely get above 59.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, late meals are definitely not going to be tolerated.
I think the pressure's definitely going to get to Farling Bianca in the kitchen tonight. They haven't been in many showdowns and sudden deaths, so they don't have much experience with pressure.
Okay, I'd say right on time. We've got a couple of minutes to clear our head. Let's clear our hair up and just get ready for this massive task ahead.
We're going to be in this kitchen for hours.
People are going to be here and they're going to be looking to pick faults in our meals. We can't give them any reason to vote strategically, because if we have, if they have 1 out of 3 dishes bad, they could give us a below 5 easy.
We have never cooked 6 dishes for one dinner party in our lives. Every minute tonight is our last minute.
Right.
Okay, give me high 10.
Let's go. We really want to live up to everyone's expectations. I mean, we killed it last time. Hopefully we can kill it again. We're trying to get all our difficult tasks out of the way before service. So we've got 3 doughs to make, a stock, we've got a braised duck, we've got to make ice cream, we've got to make a bavois. All of these are really technical things.
I'm getting started on the dessert, Bianca, making the bavois so I can set with as much time as possible. For our first dessert, we're making palm sugar bavois with poached pear. A bavois is the French term for a set custard which uses gelatin and cream. We're going to put in there some palm sugar, some ginger.
Palm sugar bavois. A bavois is all about the texture. It has to be just set, but light enough so it's not chewy or rubbery. If you don't set it enough, then it can collapse and it'll be a disaster.
Do you want to try the bavois, Bianca? See if you think it needs more ginger.
I really like it. So you're going to add more cream to that though, so
Yeah.
that will dilute the flavour a bit.
Yeah, exactly.
So add more glazed ginger.
And a bit more palm sugar. Yep. There's a very fine line between too much and too little ginger. You want to be able to taste it without it being in your face too strong.
I'm setting on the custard for our ice cream. For our second dessert, we're making rhubarb and hazelnut tartlet with cinnamon ice cream. I've never made cinnamon ice cream before, but I've made plenty of ice creams in my lifetime. It's a no-brainer today. Ice cream was the first thing that got me into making desserts, before the time that we became the dessert queens,
Yeah.
I don't really understand the combination of flavor on these desserts. Rhubarb and hazelnut doesn't work out for me, or rhubarb and cinnamon ice cream doesn't work for me either. But maybe those girls can teach me something again.
I make the milk mixture to infuse it with the cinnamon. Oh God, it looks it's cooked a bit. Something's gone wrong and I have no idea how. The custard for the ice cream looks too thick. It's not how it should be, so I've got to get it out of here. This is my first task and it's already going wrong. It better not be like a curse where everything I touch goes wrong today.
Quick, go, go.
It's quite lumpy and too thick when we want it to be smooth and sticky. I just really want to get it off the heat so it stops cooking. I don't have time to redo the ice cream salad. I'm going to try and save it instead of starting again. Put the custard mixture through the fine sieve. Hopefully it will still be the right texture. Okay, this ice cream will be the end of me, honestly. I'm definitely going to churn it.
Yeah, definitely.
But remember that ice cream that we had that one time and it like separated? The peanut butter one? If it looks like that, I'm not putting that on.
Yep.
More cinnamon. Now it's time to get the ice cream churning and in the freezer.
Almost an hour in and the duck still isn't marinating. I think we're going to be pushing it big time.
Yeah, duck's going to be the issue, I think.
For main, we're making Pinot braised duck with red cabbage and pear salad. I get started on making the marinade for the duck.
We think by marinating our duck in Pinot Noir, we're going to add so much flavour to the leg, and hopefully the sauce will just be beautiful and rich.
I put the duck and the marinade in the fridge. Ideally, I'd like to leave it there for 2 hours, but I don't think we're going to have time for that tonight. Maybe only an hour. Awesome, I'm getting started on the pasta dough. For entree, we're making fried silver beet ravioli with basil filling. I really like our ravioli dish because it's really different than things you normally see. I love the vibrant green colour and all the fresh flavours that are in the dish. The filling for the ravioli is kind of like a pesto, but we're going to mix through ricotta as well. Give it some substance. We're deep frying our ravioli tonight, so we're hoping that the outside will stay nice and crisp and crunchy while the inside all melts and is nice and cheesy. Anything deep fried tastes better, so pasta's already delicious, never learn deep fried. Holy but Jesus, I've really got to work on my guns.
So I'm starting on the confit salmon, which will make up our salmon rillettes for entree. For entree, we're making salmon rillette with olive oil crackers. To make the salmon rillette, we first have to confit the salmon in duck fat. We're going to use Manu's technique today and confit the salmon at 60 degrees for 10 minutes.
Hour!
We've been working for 2 hours.
That felt like 10 minutes.
Felt like 20. We're a little bit worried about confiting the salmon. I mean, we're trying a new technique tonight where usually we'd just do it by looks and not actually get a thermometer. The point of confit is that the fish is cooked consistently all the way through. The heat's not high enough, but I really don't want to crank it up. Like, it's a big pot and a little, again, it's about 50. I'm really having trouble with the duck fat. At 1 minute, the temperature's too high and then it's too low. I didn't think it would be so temperamental. Planning on leaving the salmon in the duck fat for 10 minutes. It's now been 18 minutes and it's still not cooked.
People are certainly starting to feel the pressure. You know, it's the final 5 now.
Finals is at stake right now. You know, we all want it.
It all comes down to how Valerie and Bianca handle the pressure.
It is called the Ultimate Instant Restaurant for a reason.
Oh, most definitely.
Ultimate pain.
Yeah. Yes, our instant restaurant was not so good, but we've cooked now. There's 3 teams left to go, so there's still a good chance we could get through to the finals.
I think it'll be interesting to see how Chloe and Kelly play the game tonight.
And how they vote.
Yeah.
I'm happy with the salmon. I think you caught it at the right time.
Awesome.
Biggest priority right now is getting that duck in the oven.
Yeah.
Got to finish this salsa.
With 15 minutes to go, we're definitely behind. I'm feeling pretty stressed that this duck was supposed to be in the oven an hour ago. We were pushed for time as it was, and now I'm really worried we're not going to get this duck done in time. I really want the duck in the oven.
It will be, don't you think?
Yeah, I'm just struggling to render the fat down. It's so much.
Very stressed. I'm stressed at the moment, Thalia, but it'll be a big relief once you get that duck in.
We're definitely very manic in the kitchen. We both know that we're behind, and we're just trying to make up for it and cook as fast as we can. There is a big mountain to climb right now.
We're definitely stressed. 10 minutes, Thalia! Let's go!
We understand we're on the bottom at the moment, but we've got weak teams left in the top 5. Yeah, we can beat them.
Hey.
1 minute! Where did that go? Chloe and Kelly are on the bottom of the leaderboard, and I think tonight they're going to be picking out all the negatives of the dishes and try and save themselves.
To be able to manage this point out of the competition, yeah, you've got to be a good cook, but if you don't work well as a team in a pressure situation, forget it. You won't be walking away with $250,000.
This is our last chance to show the judges. We do bad tonight, we go home. So think about what's on the line. We know it's a stressful night, we've expected it. Like, we can do it, I believe we can.
Coming up.
Are you girls voting strategic? You're the sneaky ones here.
Sneaky, yeah.
Game on.
As the claws come out, the ultimate challenge descends into ultimate disaster.
Big cooking disasters. So far, I don't see why they all have to happen on the most important night.
Okay, keep cool, keep cool. We can do this, we've done it before.
I think everybody who opens the door on the Ultimate Instant Restaurant Challenge is trying to hide stress.
They don't seem their normal selves. Like, they've got this face that they're, nervous, but they're trying to put a smile on for us. Something's not right.
Oh, pretty.
Oh, wow, this is
so cool. Check this out.
Well, it looks great. You know, there's so much beautiful Tasmanian produce. You can see that it's just a celebration of all the things that Tasmanians probably hold dear.
Wow. Oh, that is amazing. It looks amazing. It is the cutest instant restaurant we have ever been to. The girls got some beautiful, cute little jars and cookbooks and fresh herbs, and it's just the girls. Oh, this is amazing. So cute. Beautiful.
Welcome everyone to the Market Kitchen. We're very pleased to have you all here. So the Market Kitchen is highlighting everything Tassie's got to offer. We love Tassie.
We love all the fresh food that grows here, just all the fresh produce, and today in our cooking we've just really tried to incorporate all of that. Thank you.
Cheers to Tassie, guys, and cheers to all of us. And cheers to...
It's so nice sitting across Chloe and Kelly. Their beautiful faces. You know, what else would you want to stare at for so many hours?
Helena and Vicky. Again.
As again.
I've been to 42 countries like Kelly. Is it 42 or 43?
It's actually 40, to be honest.
Oh, she's
Embellishing, eh?
Oh.
Helena and Vicky are just so cocky.
They haven't cooked yet.
I have no idea what's coming. Are you girls rating strategic?
Game on. We're going up on the food.
It's a food competition.
We don't want Chloe and Kelly in the finals. We want Thalia and Bianca, and us, of course.
You're the sneaky ones here.
Sneaky, yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, so that's good. I'm glad that's out of the way. They're happy down there. So let's focus on making them happy with food.
I'm going to do the ravioli.
We're definitely behind our plan. So our new plan is to catch up before Pete and Manu arrive.
Ravioli's pretty time-consuming. At least I've got all the prep work done for it. I just need a clear space. For entree, we're making fried silver beet ravioli with basil filling.
This could be our last time cooking, so not only do we want to do an amazing job and ensure that it's not, but we also want to have fun doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Our game plan is to not let them be able to be strategic tonight, you know? If we do amazing, people are going to look silly if they give us, 4s and 5s.
Just so thankful that we are now and not later, because the claws will come out later on. And hopefully we're just sitting back pretty in the top 4. We're only going to beat 59.
I'm happy with how the salmon's cooked. I think this white thing's a bit weird, but people might think it's just creme fraiche. For entree, we're making salmon rillette with olive oil crackers. We winged it a little bit with this salmon. We had a plan, didn't stick to it. I'm making the salmon rillette, and I'm pretty happy with the flavours that have been developed in there. We've got the nice capers and the fish and herbs. Okay, creme fraiche, and I think I'll be happy with it.
So far, Thalia and Bianca have done very well at pretty much every challenge.
Thalia and Bianca in their first instant restaurant, they really impressed. They got 85. I'm expecting higher than that from these girls tonight. They're back in their home kitchens. What could go wrong?
Oh my God, judges are here. Okay, this is all real now. All right, we've got to go. Good work. Let's do this. I definitely feel a lot of pressure to be grown up, and we want to show them we're women and we're good cooks and that we're not a joke. Okay.
Judges are here. Confident face. Let's go.
Welcome!
Hello, girls. How are you?
Hello.
Good to see you.
You too. Hello. Good, thank you.
Welcome. Come on in.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. We're really putting the teams under some immense pressure with this instant restaurant round. There's no second chances, because at the end of this round, one team will be going home.
So, if you guys would like to turn over your menus. We have 2 entrees, 2 mains and 2 desserts. Each team has to agree on 1 dish to order per course. Pete and Manu will each taste a different dish. We're hoping that as the guests read the menu, they'll start to think of us as more threats in this competition.
If you wanted to order a dish that was strategic, you'd order the most complicated dish.
So for entree tonight, we have salmon rillettes with olive oil crackers.
And fried silver beet ravioli with basil filling.
Making pasta is always challenging. Deep frying it, there's an element of risk there. This dish could be make, or it could certainly be break.
When we find out that the ravioli is deep fried, it showed that it was a hard dish.
For main, we have blue-eyed chervalla with potato scales and a pea sauce.
And Pinot braised duck with red cabbage and a pear salad.
So it's just braised with a crispy skin, or?
Yes. We will be pan-frying the skin.
Oh, okay, cool.
Chloe and Kelly would definitely order strategically tonight. They're at the bottom of the leaderboard, and I guess they have to try and save themselves.
Our first dessert is palm sugar bavaroise with poached pear.
And rhubarb and hazelnut tartlet with cinnamon ice cream.
Yummy.
So what do you reckon? The entree's a bit of a mixed bag for us. We're not sure which way to go. The salmon or the pasta.
One could be done early and put in a fridge to set, one to order.
So cooking to order, the more of that you have to do, the more difficult things can become.
Let's just go with that. I think we should go with the deep fried ravioli because I want salmon. I want to see those crackers, olive oil crackers.
I really hope the other teams pick the salmon rillettes. We're really happy with that dish and it's the only one that we're really confident with.
Helena and Vicky, what can we get you?
For entree, could we please have the salmon?
Yep.
Can we please have the silver beet ravioli?
Yep.
I think the sound of fried ravioli, I don't think you can go past that. It is a little bit foolish to put it on the menu. I don't understand why anyone would deep fry pasta.
Every time someone says I'll have the ravioli, I just cringe a little bit and try and hold a smile.
This may seem like a bit of deja vu, but we're going to have the ravioli for entree.
Yep.
For main, the blue eye.
We know the girls can cook with blue eye.
You know, they work in fish and chip shop and that's a thing and it'd be a little bit easier for them.
For main, the duck.
I'll have the salmon rillette for entree, please.
The fried silver beet ravioli with basil filling.
The blue-eyed trevella for main.
The Pinot braised duck with red cabbage and pear salad.
And for dessert, I will have the rhubarb and hazelnut tartlet, please.
The palm sugar bavarois with poached pear.
Is that the only one?
Yep. Enjoy yourself and we'll be back as soon as we can.
Terrific, thank you.
Thank you.
See ya.
Bye. Okay, well, that made me really nervous, but that was good, I think. So,
Not too bad.
Ravioli, we've got more ravioli than salmon.
5 trevella, 5 duck. That's pretty perfect.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. 5 fish, we can do that.
Yep.
4, 8, and we've got 9 tarts and 1 pear.
Looking at the orders, it's not too bad, so I think we can stick to our plan and still get all our dishes out on time.
Delicious. Should I start plating some of that
5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, please.
up? About this much?
Yep. We've divided up our job so we know exactly what each one of us has to do, and hopefully if we stick to that, we'll get these dishes out ASAP.
Really scary thought thinking this could be our last time cooking. So we just really want to perform today and stay in the competition. The entree we're worried more about is the ravioli. You know it's not a complete dish and it's kind of a weird pairing with the salsa. As soon as they're done, get them on the plate so we can take them and get this night over and done with, right?
We want 100% crispy. By deep frying our ravioli, we're hoping to get a really crispy outside and then have the filling all melt inside. It's not working. It's not crisping up as much as normal.
I don't think they're bad.
I'm not happy with the crispness. Tasting the ravioli, I'm happy with the flavour, but it's not as crunchy as I'd like it. Are you sure there's enough juice on them all?
Yep, I just really want to get them out because they're deflating.
Okay, shivers, they are deflating. As we're plating up the ravioli, they start to deflate. I'm still frying them while the other ones I've cooked are deflating. I don't know what we're going to do. We have to get these down straight away before they all deflate. Quick, quick, go, go, go.
Very stressed.
This is the ultimate instant restaurant round, so every mistake matters.
I feel like we're in danger. I just really want to get them out because they're deflating.
Okay, shivers, they are deflating. As we're plating up the ravioli, they start to deflate. I'm still frying them while the other ones I've cooked are deflating. I don't know what we're going to do. We have to get these down straight away before they all deflate.
I feel like we're in danger.
Okay, we're ready.
Putting last final touches on them. Are you happy with it?
I'm really happy with the salmon. I'm not that happy with the ravioli. It's not amazing.
Yeah.
But we did the best that we could in this situation, so let's be proud of it and go give it to the judges.
Look confident.
Yep. Entree served. Putting the ravioli in front of Pete, I have no idea if he's going to like this flavour combination.
Thank you. Thank you.
I feel pretty proud putting down the salmon rillette in front of Manu. It honestly reminds me a lot of our pate, so hopefully it will be as well received. Here we go.
Thank you, honey.
Pasta dough doesn't look crisp and it looks pretty thick.
There we go.
Thank you, Tali.
Definitely something's gone wrong because there's stress all over my plate.
There you go, love.
Thank you.
There we go.
Straight away, I look at the pasta, I'm thinking, oh, no, I don't know.
It's not looking good, is it? Everyone around the table looks a little underwhelmed. They're not happy with their dish. It looks quite basic.
Here we go.
Thanks, Bianca. Our salmon dish looks amazing.
Food envy. I wish I'd taken the salmon.
Definitely think it's not the strong start that we were expecting and that the girls were hoping for.
At the end of this round, one team will be eliminated and it might not be us.
I feel really unsure how this is going to turn out, but nothing I can do now.
ravioli, I see him take a bite, then stare intently at it, look at it funny. I'm very concerned.
Tanya and Bianca, for entree, I chose the salmon rillettes with the olive oil crackers. Well, as you can see, I think I loved it. The crackers, beautiful, great. You've got soft, and then you've got nice and crunchy with a bit of rillette on top. That's really all you need. But it's about. Your salmon was a little overcooked, so it makes the salmon dry. So to compensate, you need to add more of that creme fraiche so it's nice and soft and wetter.
My heart sinks when Manu says he thinks the salmon's overcooked. I thought this could be a 10 out of 10 dish, but obviously not.
For entree, I chose the fried silver beet ravioli with basil filling. As a dish, I'm struggling with it. We've got some diced tomato and basil, which is beautiful by itself. I mean, it's a great combination, but it doesn't go with this fried ravioli. I can't come up with anything that I think would be the perfect accompaniment to it. The fried ravioli do taste good. There's a little bit of the ricotta in there and the basil. The silver beet was pretty much non-existent. You couldn't really taste it. My thoughts were, why didn't you just make a normal, beautiful pasta, al dente, the little salsa? It could have just been a standout dish. And I think you could have had a 10 out of 10.
I'm pretty disappointed with Pete's critique. It's not good, and we're honestly not used to getting critiques like that. Okay, so that wasn't overwhelmingly great.
Disappointing start, really. It's really hard to pick yourself back up after you've had negative critique.
I thought Manouk was going to be amazing. I thought he was going to love it, but it's definitely not near a perfect dish, and Pete didn't really like his.
There's a lot at stake for us tonight, and that's just putting the pressure on us even more. Can't give up now.
No way.
This is the ultimate instant restaurant round, and if we get the bottom score, we are going straight home.
Bon appetit.
Thank you.
There are no negative points for Thalia and Bianca's salmon entree. We love it.
It's so good.
When I look at Vicky and Helena's...
I wanted to get my fork in there and eat theirs.
The crackers look beautiful, that salmon looks awesome, and look at my ravioli and it looks a bit sad, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was dry and it just wasn't right. It was not good.
Good try.
The pasta's quite dry.
It's got a floury consistency. Not a good dish at all.
I was expecting it to be a bit crunchy.
And the majority of us did order the ravioli, which is a concern for them. This could have quite a damning effect.
Thalia and Bianca haven't started as strong as what we expected.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a glimmer of hope that we might not be at the bottom of the leaderboard.
We have a lot to do, and it's not even near a joke. We've got to forget about entree and move on with this main. I'm going to get straight onto the potato scales for the trevella, and Thalia's on duck duty. We can, still do a great job tonight with the dishes we've got left. For main, we're making blue-eyed trevella with potato scales and a pea sauce, and Pinot braised duck with red cabbage and pear salad. Okay, so we've done quite good prep for the duck, so that shouldn't take as long as this trevella.
The duck's looking good. Close to service, I want to crisp up the duck legs so I can reheat them and make the skin nice and crispy as we promised.
I'm making the potato scales for the trevella. Awesome. The potato scales on the trevella is really freaking me out with this course. I really hope we can nail it, because it will be a good dish if we can pull it off. I find this really tricky, because we've done it before and screwed it up. This isn't something I'm really confident with. The trickiest part is going to try and get those potatoes to stick to the fish and cook the potatoes and the fish perfectly together. So when we put it in the fridge, hopefully they'll all stick together. The fish fillets then go in the fridge to help them set. But, let's just cross our fingers with this one.
Ladies, you've also ordered the duck?
Yeah. I'm excited about the duck. Duck's beautiful, and when it's done well, it's amazing.
Do you think braised ducks is a job?
No, it's not an easy job, but if you're going to pull it off, tonight's the night to be able to pull it off. Duck skin, if it's not rendered properly and it's not cooked properly, it's disgusting.
Francesca, you chose the fish. Do you think they're going to nail it?
They worked at Flippers, so they know how to cook fish. The girls have a lot of experience with seafood, so a piece of blue eye should be no problem for them.
Potato scales isn't something that I've eaten before, so I'm interested to see how it turns out, how they do it. Hopefully it is delicious.
We are expecting that they're going to nail this dish.
I've got so much to do, it's not even funny. I'm not even sure I'm going to get it out in time.
We're going to work as if every minute's our last.
Yep. We're still going to cook the fish, make the pea sauce for it, crisp up the duck and finish reducing that duck sauce. Time's definitely ticking. I'm just really quite overwhelmed of how much we've got left to do.
Okay, I'm going to start crisping up the duck skin and heating it through. I get a pan out, get it nice and hot, and try and make it nice and crispy. I'm just turning them over so that they heat up. Oh, they're burnt. It's not crisping up, it's just burning, and the duck's still cold in the middle. I'm just not sure how to get this skin crispy. After telling the table that our duck was going to have crispy skin, there's no way we can't give it to them. This is a nightmare. No, the duck's not right.
So turn it down a little bit and don't stress out.
But we just have to keep focused and keep moving quickly. All right, let's not give up yet.
No. I'm going to start doing the fish then.
Yep.
It's now time for me to cook this fish. I'm seriously dreading it. I'm really nervous about this.
Take your time with it.
I'm just hoping the potatoes stick to the fish.
Make sure it's not too hot.
I'm really stressed. So far, no potato scales have fallen off. Phew. They're crisping up really quickly, the potato scales.
So too hot?
Yeah, too hot. I really wanted the potatoes to be nice and crispy, but I don't want them to be burnt. Are they golden and ready?
They're not cooked through there. They're golden, but they're not cooked yet, so we'll have to leave them longer.
I think the potato scales were a little too thick. I've got to flip it now. This is a big moment. I'm really nervous. It's just making me more and more anxious looking at this fish, and I know it's time for me to flip it. I just don't even know how to attack this situation. I've got a spatula in one hand, but I can't bring myself to do it. Can you come have a look and help me?
Yep.
I don't know if these are burning and how can I flip it? Okay, be really careful because we want them to stay sticking. That is important.
Can you watch the duck?
Yep. How are you going?
I haven't done it yet. I'm just getting into position. As I flip the fish, half the scales fall off. So I put them back on, but I can tell they're not going to last long on them.
What's happening? Talk to me.
They're not sticking very well. There goes our dish. It's not working.
Nothing's really working out. Hey, this isn't crispy. I can't believe all at once this is happening. I hate the duck. These are our two dishes and these have to be perfect if we have any chance of beating Chloe and Kelly's score. They're not going to stick, are they? Let's not do it.
The potato scales are just burning. So we decide we're going to have to deep fry the scales and just sit them on top. That's not at all what we wanted to do.
Duck is cold and not crispy.
We decide to put the duck back into the oven under the grill and try and make it nice and crispy.
I feel like I'm fighting a losing battle with these two mates. We're just going to have to plate up things that we're really unhappy with. I think the teams will punish us for being late. Definitely, I don't have a doubt in my mind about that.
We've kept the guests waiting a long time for this main. And what's worse is we don't even have good dishes to give them.
We definitely have a very ambitious menu which is coming back to bite us in the arse. We're so unhappy with what we're about to serve to the judges and the teams. I don't know why things have gone off track tonight, Thalia. I feel like, don't know how we're going to save this.
I feel like the other teams only just started to see us as competition, and that's all going to go out the window now.
Oh, it looks like poo. I'm furious at myself because nothing's gone to plan and I feel like I've let us down.
Looking at the final product on those plates, all I can see is us going straight to the bottom.
Just never had a disaster like this before.
Darling, it's fine. Let's just get this on and get it down. I can't look at Thalia because I'm trying to pull myself together, but all of a sudden we have crumbled under the pressure and we can't bring it back. We have literally broken down in the middle of a challenge.
Everything that could have gone wrong did. And this is our worst dishes in the competition when they're supposed to be our best. And we haven't had any cooking disasters so far. I don't see why they all had to happen on the most important night.
We can't bring it back, it's gone.
It's gone. We're going home.
Yeah, let's have a look at Looking at the final product on those plates, we're both devastated. We don't like them at all and we're not proud of these dishes.
This looks horrible. I don't even want to serve it.
Doesn't look horrible.
It does. We're both really shaken now and really feeling the pressure of this competition. I don't want to go down there crying.
We're not going to. We can recover well.
Knowing they're about to take them down to the judges and the other teams, we just get so stressed and so emotional.
Let's just take it down. Nothing we can do.
We just feel defeated.
Okay, let's go.
Walking down the stairs, I feel like I'm going to be able to pull myself together.
Hey guys. Main course is served.
All right, Becca. Ooh, there's been a whole heap of hurt in that kitchen.
Thank you. Thank you.
No one expected to see them that distraught.
Everyone is speechless. We don't know what happened in the kitchen.
It's tough. That's why.
They're looking at me with those sympathetic eyes. We don't want the other teams to take pity on us. We want them to think of us as competitors who deserve to be here in the top 5.
Thank you. But in the state that we're both in, they're not going to think we're competition at all.
It's really not easy to see the girls tearing up. But it's not over yet. We haven't even tested their main course.
Take a deep breath.
I'm looking at the duck, thinking it looks so messy, and it's just spilling all over the plate.
I'm pretty disappointed with Blue Eye Trevella. I honestly think this dish looks like a 3-year-old has plated it up.
Watching the judges eat, I just want to leave the room and get back to the kitchen. I can't handle this anymore.
Tell us a dad joke.
Thalia and Bianca, for main course I chose the Pinot Bros duck with red cabbage and pear salad. You guys all right?
Yeah, it's been hard, and yeah, we didn't like keeping you guys waiting, and absolutely everything's gone wrong, and we didn't know how to fix anything. But we got dishes out to you eventually. But yeah, we can't say that we're proud of either of them.
I think your emotions might be getting to you because if you had tried what I had, you'd be very impressed. The duck was cooked to perfection, falling off the bone, and the skin, it was beautiful and crispy. The red cabbage, beautiful texture, fantastic, lovely sweetness. The pear salad, beautiful freshness as well. This is what I love. This is home cooking at its best, and you should be very proud of what you've created because every mouthful was utterly delicious.
Thanks, Pete.
I'm surprised that Pete really likes the duck. I honestly can't believe it.
For main course, I had the Blue Eye Trevella with potato scales and pea sauce. The fish, unfortunately, overcooked. Potato scales, not a great success, but still crispy. It could have been a great dish. Technique, not quite there yet.
When Manu says the fish is overcooked, it's just like a dagger to the chest because that's one thing you'd think we'd be able to get right. Just goes to show our emotions really did get the better of us.
Girls, you can't beat yourselves up, okay? Because that'll be your undoing. You can cook. You deserve to be in this competition. You've got another course to go. You know what to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Pete.
The stress took over and everything went wrong for us.
Alright, so Pete loves the duck, which is good. There was not much positive feedback from Manu, which wasn't unexpected.
It's really disappointing knowing that you could have done so much better. Maybe if we had have kept a level head, we would have got there in the end.
We just got to show them that we're not
babies.
Yeah,
we're not allowed.
Bon appetit.
It looks amazing. Presentation-wise, it's beautiful.
My fish is very overcooked. It's not woeful, but it is overcooked, yes.
The duck skin, you can tell it's been cooked properly and the fat has been rendered, but it's not crispy.
Yum. The duck's just coming off the bone. Heaps of flavour. The mash, beautiful, and that cabbage, how good is that? I found myself wanting more, so I'm eyeing off the girls here, so.
It's a shame that the fish was overcooked. It would have been nice to be able to say that it was perfect, but it's not.
There is a chance that Chloe and Kelly could get through to the finals, but you've got to remember there's one thing that Thalia and Bianca are good at, and that's desserts.
I'm going to start on these tarts.
Yep.
We do have quite a bit still to do.
Yep.
It's time to get this dessert going. We honestly have to muster every little bit of courage to pull ourselves together to be able to do this.
I'm going to get started on the poached pears because they take quite a while to poach.
The night's not over. We could still have a really big comeback. We are the dessert queens after all. Let's show them what we can do.
Yep.
I'm going to blind bake these tarts with rice on top. To weigh down all these.
For dessert, we're making palm sugar bavarois with poached pear and rhubarb and hazelnut tartlet with cinnamon ice cream.
I'll put the tart cases in?
Yes, please. Just got to remember to watch them like hawks.
Yep. I'm popping the pear on.
We're going to make sure our pears have long enough to poach so they're nice and soft when you put the spoon through.
Don't forget all those flavours.
Okay, rhubarb time.
I chop up the rhubarb and then cook them with sugar and water until they're nice and soft. We want our rhubarb to be cooked all the way through but not falling apart.
I want it to hold its form a bit so we can rest it on top of the tart.
Yep.
Tarts.
The tart shell's still in the oven. I hope they're not burnt.
They're burnt, they're come out.
No, it's all right. They do have to come out, but let's not just break out. I opened the oven just in time. Oh, so close.
Very, very delicate. They're looking really good.
Imagine. Oh, would have lost it. If it was another minute, they'd be too brown. So far, everything seems to be working. Yep. This is how things usually go for us. Okay, that was really arrogant, but you know what I mean? Like, we're usually way more on top of things.
If we nail these desserts, I do think there's a chance it could beat Chloe and Kelly.
Desserts? You've all ordered the same thing? Rhubarb and hazelnut tartlets? Why? Vicky?
Rhubarb and hazelnut sounds like a pretty interesting combination, so I'm pretty excited to try that.
The rhubarb stood out to me, and that's the reason I think we decided on that one, wasn't it?
I'm a big fan of rhubarb.
Everybody loves the rhubarb.
Rhubarb, I love rhubarb.
I'm the same, I love rhubarb.
No, I love it more.
No, I love it more. Straight away, as soon as I saw it on the menu, I wanted to order it.
I've grown up with it all my life.
Rhubarb, 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 rhubarb.
High expectations?
Yeah, I have, because rhubarb's yummy.
Just rhubarb. It's celery's cousin.
I'm making the filling for that tart. To make the tart filling, I combine mascarpone, vanilla bean, brown sugar, frangelico, and roasted hazelnuts in a bowl. Taste and honest.
That's nice.
Okay, that's ready to be filled.
Yep, they're good. They're just insanely fragile.
Once all the ingredients are mixed together, I pipe it into the tart shells.
Yeah, that looks good. That was good. You can taste the ginger. It's time for me to get the bavlar out.
Lucky it's Pete that ordered the bavlar. Look, we put heaps of ginger in there, and he loves ginger.
A bavlar is the French term for a set custard which uses gelatin and cream. I use a circular cutter to cut the bavlar, and it's so fragile. I put the spatula in to pick it up, and it starts falling apart. Yeah, this is supposed to maintain its shape. The bavlar makes it to the plate just. It's a lot runnier than I expected.
I'm really eager to get these out soon, so we're doing good.
Yep, pears are done. I check the pears and I cut into them, and they are soft. Pears poached beautifully.
Good work, I'm proud.
Just leaning on the side like that.
I'm gonna squash the whole thing and it's hot.
Our plan was to have the poached pear cooled so they could sit on top of the bavlar.
Hasn't come out better than I thought it would.
But the bavlar's runnier than we expected, and the poached pear's hot. Praline, and we're done. This is far from perfect.
Try the rest of the rhubarb on.
Yep. We're hoping that the judges are really surprised by the flavour combinations and really like them. I definitely think that the tart has a lot more elements and it's harder to do, and that's probably why they picked it. After the two fails we've had so far, this dessert needed to be our best in the competition.
It's pretty, it's really pretty. I'm quite happy with the tarts. I think they look really good. These slide heaps. Everybody ordered the tart for dessert. I think maybe they thought it would trip us up. No, I hope they like it.
I think everyone loves ice cream.
Yeah, let's travel. This is our last dish. Could be in the competition. I'm happy with it.
Yep.
Okay, let's go then.
We are expecting a really amazing dessert.
I can't wait to tuck in.
The girls are just going to smash it out.
No, what else could go wrong? No. The ice cream and the tarts have gone out of my hand. Smashed, gone. I run upstairs and I'm so upset.
Oh no. Oh my God, crash bang.
Seriously, I cannot think of anything worse.
Thalia and Bianca are really having a rough night, and it is very upsetting when one of your dishes is going splat on the floor. But we've all been there.
I am furious at myself. This is the most important challenge in the whole competition. We just don't know how to handle this pressure.
We'll share. We'll pour.
Yeah, we'll share.
It's all right.
Well, Kelly doesn't like that.
Look, honestly, sweetie, it's fine. We'll share ours.
I honestly don't think it's going to be a problem that one of the teams is going to have to share a dessert.
Where are you?
I know they'll be totally understanding in this situation.
They're gonna share. They don't want Billy doesn't like desserts, okay? They're really fine with it. Let's give them some extra ice cream.
I'm completely deflated and defeated.
Oh my God, what's wrong with me?
I honestly can't believe that has happened.
We're both terrible waitresses. It's good.
Finally, I pull myself together for about the third time tonight.
I hate today. It's okay.
I honestly don't know what the judges are going to think of this one. I don't know if they're going to appreciate the simplicity of it or just be disappointed.
We really need needed that tart to be a knockout. This dessert needed to be our best in the competition so far.
Thalia and Bianca, for dessert, I chose rhubarb and hazelnut tarts with cinnamon ice cream. What I've enjoyed the most about your dessert is that tart base. So thin, so crumbly, so buttery, so full of flavor. As you mix all together in your mouth, the tart base, the hazelnut and the cream together, I think it was a beautiful, light little tart. I really enjoyed it. The rhubarb, I question. It wasn't cooked enough. It was still a little bit fibrous and kind of hard to chew on. The cinnamon ice cream, using the cinnamon powder, it doesn't dissolve. So you get that texture of powder in your mouth. Saying that, I think making the ice cream itself, it was smooth, silky, and so on.
I never considered that using powdered cinnamon would work against us. I just really wanted to have that strong cinnamon flavour and not just be a plain ice cream.
For dessert, I chose the palm sugar bavarois with poached pear. Presentation wasn't attractive, I must say.
Shouldn't have put the hot pear on top either.
Bavarois should be said a little bit more than how you had it here. I'm struggling with this dish for a lot of reasons, not only the presentation, but the flavour combinations in there. This is really heavily spiced, this dish. There's clove in here, and there's ginger. It's very strong. It's good to use spice, but it still has to be balanced. It was my least favourite dish of the night. Sorry.
Devastating hearing Pete's critique. We thought he would like this kind of dessert, and it's a failure.
Worst dish of the night. So we finished cooking in this nightmare. Today did not go as planned. To do so well all competition and then trip up on the most important night, it's horrible.
Ice cream to me tastes like raw spices. Doesn't leave a nice taste at the back of your palate.
It is not how I like my rhubarb. I like my rhubarb to be braised slowly with lovely sugar and cinnamon. It's not looking good for the dessert queens.
Well, I think both Chloe and Kelly and Thalia and Bianca are very nervous. I think it's going to be quite close. I personally think Thalia and Bianca will just scrape through.
It's an anxious wait for Thalia and Bianca as the guest teams critique the dishes and give a score out of 10.
So tonight for entree we had the salmon roulette and that was amazing. That was my favourite dish of the whole night. Those crackers are nice and crispy. Then you had that beautiful salmon dip and it's so good.
So for entree we chose to have the silver beet ravioli, but it wasn't what we were expecting.
It was just a whole lot of basil. There wasn't much else on the plate. It was dry.
We've got the blue-eyed trevella for main. Love the pea puree, however the fish itself was overcooked.
So for the main, we had the Pinot braised duck.
It was beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah, the meat just fell off the bone and, the overall flavour was pretty nice.
And finally for dessert we chose the rhubarb and hazelnut tart with the cinnamon ice cream. My rhubarb was undercooked. I think that pastry was beautiful though.
I'm quite surprised because I honestly thought that the girls were going to come out with like some
Amazing dessert.
Yeah, that we'd all be floored by.
Maybe it just wasn't their night tonight.
For their instant restaurant tonight, we'll score them a 6.
It was a tough night, and it wasn't what I expected.
You could see the pressure shown on the plate, there's no doubt.
Definitely.
Tonight we scored Thalia and Bianca a 6 out of 10. They had a lot of dramas in the kitchen. Obviously, you could see a little bits on the plate tonight weren't right. They got to be proud they put up a few good dishes. Yeah.
I think that a fair score for the girls tonight is a 5.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
5.
The food was pretty average.
Yeah, it was.
I expected so much more from the girls,
Yeah,
I really
I did
did.
too.
For tonight's instant restaurant, we give Thalia and Bianca a 5 out of 10. I expected a lot more from the girls.
Definitely let the stress get into their heads and affect their cooking.
Yeah.
We're really nervous about what everyone's going to score us. Let's just hope by some miracle we're not on the bottom of the ladder.
Back on home turf, besties Thalia and Bianca launched into their ultimate instant restaurant.
Double the amount of work to do, double the amount of dishes to cook, about the same amount of time.
But 6 dishes were harder than expected.
Quick, go.
Very stressed.
The entrees were hit and miss.
Still not 100% crispy.
Pasta dough doesn't look crisp.
Why didn't you just make a normal, beautiful pasta?
They struggled with 2 technical mains.
This looks horrible. I don't even want to serve it. Everything that could have gone wrong did.
think your emotions might be getting to you because this is what I love. This is home cooking at its best.
They hope to bring it home with dessert.
Like, we can do it. I believe we can. Okay.
Let's do this. Come on.
But their hopes came crashing down.
It was my least favourite dish of the night.
Now it's time to find out if they've done enough to beat Chloe and Kelly's score of 59 and secure a place in the finals.
Thalia and Bianca, thank you very much for inviting us back to Tasmania to eat in your instant restaurant. And now to the scores. The guest teams have given you a combined score of 22 out of 40.
I'm happy with 22. Honestly, I thought it was going to be a lot lower.
I do think there's a chance we could beat 59.
I think this is going to be very close.
Now it's our turn. We'll be scoring each dish out of 10.
For entree, I had the salmon rillette with olive oil crackers. Firstly, the crackers were nice and crunchy and crispy and a perfect accompaniment to a beautiful salmon rillette. I thought the rillette was nice, but the texture could have been a little bit wetter. The score I'm giving you for your entree is an 8.
Thalia and Bianca, for entree, I chose the fried silver beet ravioli with basil filling. I think reinventing something that could have been magnificent if you had have gone with the basics. Beautiful pasta, boiled, tossed in a sauce, and not fried the ravioli. The score I'm giving you for your entree this evening is a 4.
4. We've never got anything like that in this competition. That's literally a fail.
We had a 10 out of 10 entree. We could be in the finals by the end of tonight.
Thalia and Bianca, for a main course, I chose the blue-eye trevella with potato scales and pea sauce. Potato scales were not as great as they could have been, and the fish itself was a little overcooked. The score I'm giving you for your main course tonight, ladies, is a 5.
Thalia and Bianca, the main course, Pinot braised duck with red cabbage and pear salad. Your duck was cooked to perfection. I think your puree of potato was well seasoned and generous. Girls, it was a great dish. The score I'm giving you for your main course this evening is a 9.
What a relief. We're really pleased with that.
Ladies, for dessert, I had the rhubarb and hazelnut tartlet with cinnamon ice cream. I thought little, beautiful, light tartlet with an amazing pastry melting in the mouth was wonderful. The cinnamon ice cream, the texture of the cinnamon powder was a little annoying, I suppose. The score I'm giving you for your dessert tonight is a 7.
This is going to be right down to the wire. Seriously.
I can't breathe.
Thalia and Bianca, for dessert, I ordered the palm sugar bavarois with poached pear. The palm sugar bavarois, heavily spiced, it had some ginger in there, which was very overpowering. It wasn't set properly. It was collapsing all over the plate. It wasn't an enjoyable dish. I'm sorry. A lot of effort, but not a great result.
I'm just thinking, oh, this can't be good. I'm just trying to hold myself up because I could collapse.
Girls, the score I'm giving you for your dessert this evening is a 3. Thalia and Bianca, that gives you a grand total score of 58. Unfortunately, places you at the bottom of the leaderboard with 2 instant restaurants to go.
We feel absolutely devastated. This is not how we expected this night to happen at all.
It's very hard to see. They're like sweet little innocent little turtle doves. I've just wanted to hug them.
It is a physical and emotional journey, this competition. It's tough. It's not over yet, okay? There's 2 teams left to go. And next is Brie and Jessica.
Thalia and Bianca's score of 58 puts them at the bottom of the leaderboard, giving Chloe and Kelly a guaranteed spot in the finals alongside Paul and Blair.
We're in the top 4 of My Kitchen Rules. We are going to the finals. Hey, top 4.
All right, ladies, chin up and we'll see you tomorrow in Adelaide.
The only hope that we have is that Brie and Jessica or Helena and Vicky trip up. We're hoping for a miracle.
We came into this competition to follow your dreams.
But their dreams
Yeah, this is beautiful. Nice.
are about to go down the drain.
Where'd you put that stock, babe? Wasn't we saved? What stock? The stock that was in the jug.
Oh my God. Well, I've just tipped it down the sink.
Will this fatal mistake
I think they're going to be pushed to breaking point.
cost them a place in the grand final?
We are in serious trouble.
Unbelievable.
Will
Disgusting.
win.
This could send us home.
My Kitchen Rules, the finals, tomorrow 7:30.